Hello, this is Amos, the math guy. Just want to take you through a journey of math concepts from basic mathematics all the way to calculus. This episode is dedicated to the first key fundamental concepts for anyone learning math. And so let's begin the journey with our Accounting to Calculus Volume 1 workbook. We're using a general textbook open source pre-algebra text that guides you through addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's look at some of the topics. So you have a general textbook. The key concepts are discussed, such as estimating, rounding, addition, subtraction, multiplication, right? So what I did in the workbook series is I basically provided students with an opportunity to take notes. And these are just some notes that I've put together in this one. We start from place value. You should be able to give the details of each of the numbers in the place value, right? What's the value of the 4? What's the value of this 2? Again, we have in the back of our workbook, we provide you with the sort of a reference guide that you can go back to. And so with our reference guide, you'll find that place value is discussed earlier on. You have a number like that, 1,526,049. You see the values of each of the numbers, okay? So the very beginning of mathematics then is, okay, getting comfortable with numbers and place value. And then the number line, that's a very important concept as well. So the idea of the workbook is to teach you how to take notes, so students get comfortable taking notes. There are different types of numbers. We have natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and rational numbers. These are explained in more detail on my channel. And then we have imaginary numbers, and that is in different category from the real numbers. Pi and e and square root of 2 and the square root of a prime number will be considered, they'll be called irrational numbers. So that's a key fundamental concept in mathematics, is knowing different types of numbers. Next, we are doing a quick recap here. So you need to know about number lines. You need to know how to order numbers from smallest to the largest. You need to know about expanded notation, where you could take a number and break it into, like 248 can be broken down into 200 plus 40 plus 8. And then rounding, and then being comfortable with how to interpret tables and graphs. So for example, here, if we're looking at something that happened in 2023 that correlates to this 5, and 2024 that correlates to this 10, that's how we use tables and graphs. The greater than sign and the less than sign, right? Very important. And then some expanded notation. The next key concept is adding and subtracting whole numbers. So we need to know how to add numbers, right? And we provide you with an addition chart at the end of the workbook as well. So you can use the addition chart, you can use the multiplication chart. We have an addition chart for you, and then we have a multiplication chart as well. So that's like your times table. We have it all the way to 20 times 20, by the way. But you generally, I would say, if you know all the way to 12 times 12, you're in good hands. Okay, so that is addition. And then commutative property of addition and the different properties of real numbers are very important in the beginning of understanding mathematics. The commutative property of addition says that the order in which numbers add doesn't matter. They will give you the same value on both sides. So we need to get comfortable with subtraction as well. So if we need to know how to add, and then we need to know how to subtract. Perfect. This page is blank, and the point again of these workbooks is to show you that you can watch a video on our website, and then we can give you a problem like 34 times 7, and you can work through that. Now, of course, you need to know your times table first, right? 2 times 6 is 12, 7 times 4 is 28, 7 times 3 is 21, and so on and so forth. So you need to know multiplication and division. If you need a place to get practice problems, that's where you refer to the textbook we have, or you can honestly ask AI to generate practice problems for you. But the goal of this is to give students a place to show their work, and then we give them some inspirational quotes at the bottom of these workbooks. So in learning concepts from accounting to calculus, you need to know your addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So this is a page dedicated to multiplication and division. Our website has free videos on multiplying and dividing whole numbers. Notice the key here is whole numbers, because after you master whole numbers, the next thing is mastering integers, and then you're going to master fractions, decimals, and percents. So that is the multiplying and dividing of whole numbers. Prime factorization, one of the most important topics in all of mathematics. If someone comes up to you and says, what is the prime factorization of 28? You take that 4 and 7, you break it down again to 2 times 2. So 28 is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 7. So that's prime factorization in action. We've broken 28 down to the prime numbers that make up to the prime factors of 28. When you know how to prime factorize, then you'll be able to find the lowest common denominator and greatest common factor much easier. So we give you 2 pages for that, just to give you more time to practice. So if I say, what is the prime factorization of 8? That's just 2 times 2 times 2. What's the prime factorization of 15? That's 3 times 5. Order of operations. The big thing here to remember is PEMDAS. We teach you PEMDAS in school. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. These two, you just go from left to right, and the same thing here. So for example, if I have 2 plus 6 squared times 5 divided by 2, right? So you take care of the parentheses, exponent, well, this is going to be 8 squared, right? So you do the parentheses, the exponent, multiplication, and then division. So that is how we use PEMDAS. Now, these videos are just to introduce you to an overview. You could get more details on our website or on this YouTube channel or on YouTube in general. So we have order of operations. After that, you need to work on solving equations, one-step equations. So x plus 5 is equal to 12. We subtract 5 from both sides. We get x is equal to 7. Right? So this is a one-step equation. When there's an addition, we use a subtraction to move things to the other side. And when it's a subtraction, we add things to both sides. And then we need to know how to multiply, deal with multiplication and division with equations. So 2 times x is equal to 12. We divide both sides by 2, so x is equal to 6. So this is one-step equations. We will learn this in more detail in algebra, but this is a good introduction. And last but not the least, mean, median, and mode. So the mean is the average of a set of numbers, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. So the mean is you add all these numbers up and divide by the number of numbers, which is 5 numbers. The median is the middle term here, which is 4. And the mode is the number which occurs the most, which is 2. So this is a key concept in basic mathematics and statistics: mean, median, and mode. The range would be your largest minus the smallest. There's a range as well. So this is the first video. We're going to continue the series where we'll be talking about different concepts in mathematics, from basic mathematics all the way to calculus. Let me know if you have any questions. This is Amos the Math Guy. I'm recording from Tyler, Texas. If you're a homeschool family and you're looking for resources for math or like a tutoring guide or coach, reach out to amosthemathguy@gmail.com. amosthemathguy@gmail.com. Thank you for watching this first video in my series of 30 days from counting to calculus. Have a blessed day.